today's video, we're going to go over how to mount a shotgun red dot sight. Specifically, this is the Vortex Viper shotgun red dot. It's the 3 MOA single dot version on a lever action rifle. So the rifle that we are going to throw it on is a new rifle to me. This is a Henry SPD HUSH in 45 long Colt. The reason why we're doing a shotgun sight on this particular rifle is I preliminarily put a Vortex Huey Gen 2 on here just to kind of shoot it and get it sighted in, but as you can see, it kind of looks a little wonky. You might say it looks cool, but it looks a little wonky. What you run into, what I've run into, is you can't get a good cheek well on the rifle due to the fact that it's so high up. So we're going to put something a little bit more sleek and in line with this particular rifle build. So let's get into it. So you'll need a flathead screwdriver here, and we'll just pop these guys off. Be sure to retain these screws with the pick rail. Clean off a little bit of this factory lube and thread locker that was on there. Included with your Vortex optic, they're going to give you 4 different mounting screw options. You're going to need the 8x40, which is a common thread pitch for the receivers on the Marlin and Henry model of lever actions. And Vortex does also include a tool that is a T10 hex bit. It's not bad. If you guys do have a regular Torx bit, this is a 3/8 drive, so I'll use this guy because I don't have a 1/4-inch drive, or I don't have a 1/4-inch to 3/8 to use on my fat wrench. I would recommend using something, a more dedicated Torx bit if you have it on hand, something that you can use in conjunction with the torque wrench, because they do recommend that you torque your screws down to 12 inch-pounds. So what we'll do is we're going to pop this guy on here. Now the cool thing about this guy is you're only going to use 3 screws, and Vortex thought of that. They gave you plenty of room to first line up your rear hole, and then they give you plenty of wiggle room to make sure your other 2 holes line up there. So we'll just position that there. Grab our 8x40 screws, and they already come with Loctite on them already. Okay, I switched over to my Torx bit ratchet set here. They fit a little bit better in these Torx heads, and I'm just going to finger tighten these here. Just enough here. I'm going to switch to a ratchet. Yeah, this tool here will do the job if that's all you have, but I didn't like the fit that it had inside of the Torx head. I didn't want to strip anything out. Now 12 inch-pounds is hardly anything, so you don't need to crank these things down. Just go slow. All right, so we're mounted up here. Sits a hell of a lot lower than the Vortex Huey Gen 2, or any red dot with that matter that mounts with the Picatinny mount. It'll work, I think. You can see a little gap underneath there. Obviously, it's not designed for lever actions, but it is something to consider if you do want a lower mounted optic with a better cheek weld. You might think that overhang up there is a little goofy. Aesthetically, it's not bad. I don't mind it, because your factory Picatinny rail also overhangs a little bit. The nice thing about this optic, though, as well, is it's very simple. You got 2 buttons. It is an enclosed emitter system, so it'll work very well for those snowy days, the rainy days, you're not going to get a bunch of snow gummed up inside of the open emitter red dots. So it'll be easier to clear debris away for those field conditions. And of course, one last look. Now you can see you've got a good cheek weld on here. Before I was up here like this with the Vortex Huey Gen 2. Now we're down here with a good cheek weld on the buttstock here. Be on the lookout for a review on this rifle. We'll be testing out the optic and just make sure everything holds zero, and doing some load development with this rifle. So if you guys are into load development, please follow along on the channel. And we'll be doing a little bit of a review on these 77 grain wood panel grips, because there's not a whole lot out on YouTube, and it's a small company out of Colorado. He does very nice work, and I just wanted to give him a little bit of exposure on YouTube. So thanks guys, appreciate you watching. I hope you guys found this video useful for a different way of attaching optics onto a more modern tactical lever action. All right, catch you on the next one.